to show you how to make this Chanel inspired tweed suit. Yes, come through, right? So basically it is Chanel inspired, but with my Serena twist. I don't think they have a suit that looks exactly like mine, but the base, the structure is there to look like a Chanel suit, okay? Yes, make sure you follow me on my socials at CerinasBoutique, Instagram and TikTok, because I do post designs over there that don't make it to YouTube. Make sure you follow me on there to see my art. I do have a website, CerinasBoutique.com. I sell clothes on there. It might be sold out, but I do want to sell accessories because I love a good accessory, okay? So let's get into the video.
Alright, I finally cut out all the pieces. So this is the jacket. We got the front cut and fold. We got two back pieces underneath. And there is a dart on both sides of the front and on the back pieces as well. It just goes up to the apex. The skirt panels, which there is a front on fold and two back panels. And the front doesn't have a dart, but the back does, from the waist to like 5 inches down. And then here's our sleeves for our jacket. We got the tweed and the lining, and my sleeve does have ease here. We have a front and the back as well, but my sleeve does have ease, so you have to put a basting stitch around there and ease that into the bodice. Over here I have all the interfacing cut out. So we have two back pieces. We have a side front, we have a center front, a side front, and then two back pieces over there. Then we have the cup pieces, left and right, and it goes the same on this side as well. And yeah, so this is going to be interfaced, like I said. This will not. The first step I'm going to do is to go ahead and sew these darts. So I have 4 darts to sew on the shell and the lining. I'm going to go ahead and do that and then move on to the shoulder seams. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take this basting stitch and gather it down until this sleeve cap fits the hole right here. And then once I get it to fit, I'm going to make sure, well, before I do that, I'm going to make sure that this line right here, like the middle of the sleeve, matches the middle seam right here to separate the front and the back of the sleeve. And once I do that, I'm going to sew it down in place, right sides together. As you can see, the sleeves are sewn in right here and over there. And if you haven't noticed, I am doing a flat construction method to sew this jacket together. But the next step was to sew on this interfacing. So I just took fusible interfacing and I put it on fold. And then I took my pattern piece, like the paper one, and just traced this outer edge on the folded interfacing, and then I went in by 1.5 inches on this piece, and then it gave me that piece because it was mirrored, and then I did that same thing for the back, and then I just took my iron and fused it to my pieces. Now the next step is to go in here and sew in these side seams. After I sewed the side seams and turned it right sides out, and this is the seam that I sewed. So this is the side seam and then the sleeve. But I sewed it from the bottom of the sleeve to the waist. I did that on both sides, right sides together. Yeah, so this is looking really good. I'm really happy with it so far. The next step would be just to do that to the lining and then sew here and join them together. I also want to mention to make sure you're pressing your seams, because I didn't say that, but I did press this seam before I sewed this seam right here. Before I joined it on top of each other, I pressed this one, and I pressed my shoulder seam before I joined that. This is the shell, the outer part of the jacket. I'm in love. It is so cute. Yes, you can see the darts in the back and then the dart here, and you can see the armhole seams. Yes, it looks really good. It looks professional. And now I'm going to sew these side seams to the lining. I decided to add a pocket to this jacket on the right side of my body, so I wanted to make sure I did that before I put on the lining. Basically all I did was cut out a 4.5 inch by 5 inch rectangle, and I folded it in by 1/2 inch on all the sides, so 1/2 inch here, here, and here, and here. But I just didn't top stitch it down because it's a pocket. So then I top stitched 1/4 inch all the way around these 3 sides to stitch it to the jacket. And then at the end, we are gonna have this fun little moment. It's kind of backwards right now, but this fun moment of trim kind of going like that. So it's gonna look really cute. But I did that, so now the next step is to attach the lining. So this is what the lining and shell looks like. So basically what I did is push the shell or the tweed inside of the lining, and I made sure it's facing with its right side up, and then the lining is inside out, so it's right sides together on the inside. And then you're gonna sew all the way around this part, and then like a little bit right here, just like a few inches out, and you're gonna go all the way around the collar like that with 5/8 inch seam allowance. Okay, so after I sewed the collar area right sides together with the lining, I went ahead and turned it inside out and sewed right here, and I left a 5-inch to 6-inch gap right here to turn this back inside out, so then you have a hem at the bottom. Okay, it looks so cute. I just love it. Okay, so the lining is in there professionally, right? And what I did was I did that little stitch that I told you about, flipped it right sides out, and then I folded this in by 5/8 or whatever seam allowance you're using, but 5/8 for me. I folded both ends 5/8 towards the center, and then just did a top stitch over everything to make sure the lining stays on the inside. And basically I'm going to do that same technique that I did there to the sleeves. I'm going to fold this in by a little bit, and then fold the lining under there in by a little bit, and then top stitch it. This is what the sleeve looks like after I told you I hemmed it. So I just folded it in by a 1/2 inch, the shell and the lining, and then like I said, I top stitched it all the way around, and then I pressed it with my iron. We have an understitch, we have a pocket, and we have the hem on that side. I can't believe I finished it all in one sitting, so yay. This is the top that's gonna go underneath the jacket. It is a crop top, and it's a bustier. So I have a back piece, this is the center back, side front, center front, side back, center back. So there's a lot of pieces into this. There's a lot of darts. There's a dart here, here, and here, and here. And here. And then we have the bra cups, which there is a dart in there, and then there was a dart in here as well. So that's how it got so 3D. And if you watched my last video, this is an improvement from my last bra cup. So I am proud of that. And I'm going to take these cups and then just flip them and then set them into these holes. So that's the next step for me. This is what the bodice looks like after I set the cups. So this is the shell and this is the lining. This is the wrong side of the lining, and what I'm going to do is take this and sew it right sides together along the top. So now I can just start on the skirt. So what I'm going to do is take the front panels and the back panels and sew them right sides together on these side seams. So right over there, and right here on this one, and right there. Okay, so this is what the jacket and the skirt and the shirt look like, all completed. I know I didn't really film all the steps, but as you can see on the jacket, I have these really cute buttons. Like, look how cute these buttons are. I am in love. They're not real buttons, it's just decoration on both. Well, they are real buttons, but there's no buttonholes. Just decoration on both sides. And then this trim is beautiful. This tulle pearl trim, I just love it. On top of the pocket, so cute, right? And then the skirt has that same trim to like match on the bottom, and then the top has back here, it's just a tube top. There is a string that goes with it. Well, the string is literally just ribbon. You put the ribbon through, I use white ribbon, you put the ribbon through and you just lace it up, and that's how it looks on the back. And yeah, it's complete. Thank you guys for making it to the end of this video. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it taught you something. I hope you got inspired, helped you make your own Chanel suit, or just entertained you. And make sure you follow me on socials, at CerinasBoutique, Instagram, and TikTok, CerinasBoutique.com. I have stuff on there for you to shop, okay? See you in my next design.